Welcome back to the channel. Today I am filming a recommendation tag. I got this from Sarah Caroli here on YouTube. And there's 15 questions. So I just have the questions right in front of me. So the first one, I'm just going to get right into it. Tell you my recommendations. Y'all can take them or you don't have to. It's literally up to you. But anyway, the first question, the first category is a book you tell people is your favorite. So for this one, I picked Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. This was one of my favorite books by her. Well, I'm not going to say my favorite books by her, because y'all probably have already seen the video where I do all my Colleen Hoover book recs. But anyway, this is one of my top favorite books by her. I literally read this in one night. I absolutely loved it, devoured it. Would continue to say, recommend this one to anybody that asks. So, the next one is a book that is your guilty pleasure. So, I have been rereading the series and rewatching this series. This is probably one of my favorite series of TV shows and just series in general that has a book and a TV show. Anyway, and it is Pretty Little Liars. So I've been rereading it and I've been tabbing them all. I've tabbed this one. So in this, there's tabs where there's something different that was in the show that wasn't in the book. That was in the book that wasn't in the show. So that's how I have these tabs. This one so far is the one that has the most. I have one more book left. Out of the first original 8. But this one is probably one of the ones that had the most stuff that wasn't in the actual show. But yes. Guilty pleasure. I will literally reread this one. I've had this since I was a child. 10, 11. Whenever this TV show first came out, that's when I've had this. So the next category is a book that everyone loved but you didn't, and you guys are probably literally going to beat me up for this one, but I could not stand this book. I gave it a 2-star. Will never recommend it for anybody to read. So this is a recommendation tag, but this is the one book that you don't want to read. Red Queen. I don't know why I didn't like it. I don't know, it could be a lot better when you get to the next books in the chapter. in the story. Last Sword, King Cage. It could be a lot better then. But me personally did not like this book. Gave this a 2-star. But now that I'm thinking about it and I don't even know what happened in this book, now that I'm literally having it in my hand, I don't remember any of it. I'm going to say it's a 1-star. Don't recommend. Okay, and then a book that you've read the fastest. Okay, so I didn't take them all off the shelf, but any of these books by Colleen Hoover, I literally can read in one day. So I recommend literally any book by Colleen Hoover if you just want a book that you can read fast and have a bunch in the a bunch of books to read and you just want to get through them. Any book by Colleen Hoover, but Without Merit, Too Late, and Never Never. I didn't like those. Oh, and Layla. I didn't like that one either. I need to put you guys higher. I have you on a stack of books, guys. Okay, that's not working. That fun? Yeah. It's crooked now. The Struggles. Okay, sorry. Back to it, and then the next one is a book that deserves more hype. Okay, so I have 2 books for this. I have 2 recommendations for you guys for this one, and they're both by the same author, but I just put this one in the video before this. Survive the Night by Riley Sager. Honestly, I feel like any book by Riley Sager is very, like, not hyped up. But the next one I have is The House Across the Lake. I finished both of these books in legitimately a night. Like, this one was actually in 2 hours. And this one was in, I think I was busy. I have read this last year, so it's been a minute. But I just recently bought all the new ones, like all of his other backlist of books in hardback. And I just think, like, a lot of people say that his covers are boring. I mean, his hardbacks are boring. And honestly, they are. But I, for some reason, simply just love it. Like, this one's black with a teal strip. And this one's blue with a teal strip. I mean, with a black strip. But both of these books, I will always recommend to anybody that wants to read thrillers and loves thrillers. Any book by Riley Sager, I would recommend. And I just like how soft his covers are. Now, like I said, I haven't got the other ones in yet. I did buy those used. I bought this one used too, which is why it has the library printed thing up there. It literally says Winnick County Public Library, July 2021. But yes, I highly recommend these. Okay, so the next category is a book that is becoming a movie or a TV show or already became one. So so I have two different books for this. One's already become one and one is coming into a TV show. But the first one is The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. I read this book in one night again. Like, it was an amazing book. It was an amazing story. I didn't guess anything that happened in this book. Like, I read this last year, so I'm not really 100% sure what my rating was. I want to say it was a 4 or a 5 star, but I don't 100% remember. I have not watched the show yet because it's on Apple TV and I don't have Apple TV, but I am debating getting it just so I can watch the show. Like, that's how much I loved this book. Loved it. And then for the next book in this category is one that is becoming a show, and I literally love this book so much. I have 3 copies. I think my headphones just died, so if the microphone thing changes, it's because these just died. But what was I gonna say? Oh, I love this. Okay, yeah, it just died. I love this story so much, and my case is dead, that's why I died. Sorry. Anyway, I love this book so much that I have 3 different copies of this book. I got 2 hardcover, 1 paperback. And it is the Agatar series by Sarah J. Maas. Literally, they just announced, like, that they're doing the casting for it, and I almost called them and was like, can I be Farrah, please? But I really am just joking, because I want a good person to be Farrah, and I don't think I'm a good person for Farrah. Farrah, I think it's her name. But love this book. I've only read the first one, not gonna lie to you guys, but I want to finish the Throne of Glass series before I finish this series. So I'm on Queen of Shadows in this series, and then I'm gonna tandem read the Empire of Dawn and Empire of Storm, Tower of Dawn. I'm gonna tandem read those, and then I'm gonna read Kingdom of Ash. But yes, I'm so excited for this TV show to come out. I don't know when it's coming out. I don't think they have announced that, but I'm literally so excited for this. Anyway, I can literally talk about Sarah J. Maas all day long. So the next book is a book that you have reread the most, and that, for me, is going to be It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I have the paperback and I have the hardback, because just look at this beauty. Like, whenever I get my shelf the way I want to, this is probably going to be on display like this. Like, I'm more than likely going to just toss this and put this on display like this, because it's just so pretty. But it is with my battery and my phone dead. Like, why is everything dying? It is With Us by Colleen Hoover. Love this book. Would recommend it literally to anybody. I love the premise of it. I love the story behind it. Like, I know it has so many mixed reviews, but I just love it. And then a book you usually recommend when asked to give a recommendation, and it's literally any book by Sarah J. Maas. Like, I love this book, love this series so much. I have 5 different copies of this one. Mainly because this, with the hardback, I wanted the vibrant one, and the one that I got off Amazon wasn't the vibrant one. It was, for some reason, a mint color. So I repurchased the hardback of it so I can get the vibrant color. And then I got two paperback, and then I have another. I got the box set of it, so I got another hardback. But anyway, and then so any book by Sarah J. Maas, like literally any book. Probably not Catwoman. I'm probably not gonna recommend that one. But Throne of Glass, Agatar, Crescent City, all day long. Crescent City I have right here. I have the paperback of it, and then I have the hardback over there. This one and the blue one, A House of Sky and Breath. And then I have this one on pre-order I got the paperback of the House of Sky and Breath on pre-order, so I could have both. Then, you know what, guys? I literally skipped 2 categories just so I can talk about Sarah J. Maas, but I didn't do it on purpose, I promise. And then it says a book you don't typically read. A book from a genre you don't typically read, and that would be dark romance. So for this, I'm doing Haunting Adeline. I literally love this book, and y'all will see the reading. I don't know if it's obviously going to be out before this video, but the reading vlog that I have of this, it was a spoiler reading vlog, but y'all get all my thoughts in that one. But I literally loved this book. Loved it. I already have the second one ready to go. I just haven't read it yet. Oh, shoot, guys. I didn't pick this one up. Good thing is right here. And then it says, a book that deserves all the hype it gets. And y'all might have already seen it. But it is If He Had Been With Me by Laura Now. And I already have, like, I finished this at 3 a.m. one day and immediately pre-ordered the second one on Amazon. Like, this is an amazing book. Made me bawl my eyes out. And then it says, okay, so we're back to the Sarah J. Maas one. It is a book that has your favorite characters in it, and I'm gonna go with One of Us Is Lying, because I really liked all the characters in this. There really wasn't a character that I didn't like. And with the show, I really liked all the characters as well. I did watch the show before I read the book, but it honestly didn't bother me. Like, it didn't ruin the book for me. And that's probably the only show that I've watched or movie that I've watched that hasn't ruined the book if I didn't read the book first. And then the next one, and it's a book you wish you could live in, and that would be the Sweet Magnolia books. I only have read I've read all of them, but I only have physical copies of the first 3. And it is with the cover of them on there. So I think I want to re-get the entire series with just the normal cover. But I love the show. And I think that they did perfect in casting the show, honestly. This is probably the only series that they've cast that, to me, has been perfectly cast. Like, I don't know. I just wish I could live in this world. It's so pretty. So beautiful. So small town and lovey. Anyway. And then a book you thought you would hate, but ended up loving. And that one would be Divergent. I literally thought I was going to hate this book because I picked it up and I was like, this is for like 12-year-olds. I'm not going to like it. But guys, that's not true because I loved it. Literally read this entire thick book in one day. Like, loved it. Loved the characters in it. Honestly, wasn't a big fan of Tris. I'm not gonna lie. But 4 is my man. 4 was my man. And then a book that made you cry, it would be Losing Hope by Colleen Hoover. Literally, let me see if I can find the page. I'm not gonna try though. Okay. It is chapter 47 and a half, 306. That page, like, there's like wore out some areas right here due to me bawling my eyes out. Where it says, I dropped the notebook onto the floor and I cried. That was me. I dropped the book onto the floor and I cried. Like, literally, that was the only book I think I've cried at. Besides, If He Had Been With Me, both of those books I have cried at this year. And then, for the very last one, it is a book you wish you could read for the first time again. Does anybody have any ideas what I'm going to pick? The Throne of Glass. The Throne of Glass. Throne of Glass. Now, this is not the normal dust jacket for it. And it's not. I know that. But that's okay. It is the original copy book. But it's not the normal dust jacket. I literally own 3 copies of these. I have the original hardback dust jackets behind these. But I have a copy for the Nerdy Ink dust jackets because I literally wanted to get a hardback copy just so I could put the Nerdy Ink dust jackets on them. And then I have the paperback of the original, and then I have the paperback of the new, and I'm pre-ordered the hardback of the new copies. Guys, what is wrong with me? I don't know. I don't, but oh well. Love it anyway. Anyway, so I could literally read this book so many times. And as I'm reading it, like, I'm like, okay, I can't wait for my reread of this. I literally cannot wait for my reread of this. As I'm still in the middle of the series and I haven't finished it. So. Anyway. Y'all, how many times have I said anyway in this video? In any of my videos. Okay, so the video is now over. I'm not very good at ending videos, I feel like. Anyway. I laugh at myself. Okay, so I hope that you guys have an amazing day. And comment down below what you want to see next. Oh, sorry. Comment below what you want to see next. And love you guys.